r/ask Reddit. What's the worst thing to wake up to? A call from work wondering where I've been all morning. That pit in your stomach when you wake up, look at your phone and see you're hours late for work. From ready to pass back out to instant anxiety fueled adrenaline in 0.2 seconds. And then you realize it's your day off, but you're already wide awake, and there's no way you're getting back to sleep. Police. I woke up to police chasing a guy through our yard. He tripped over the bikes I had leaning against the house right where my bedroom is. That's the only reason the cops got him. There was so much yelling and threats to shoot until finally the guy cooperated. That was like the 2nd of January. Same thing happened to me except the dude being followed by the cops was my underage brother who stole my grandma's truck and freaked when police tried to pull him over for going too slow. He crashed into the house. Thank God I was getting a cup of water at 2 AM, otherwise I'd be crushed by the caving in wall. Your dog gagging and about to throw up in the middle of night, then hearing him eating it 15 seconds later. Sounds like the problem solved itself. I'd rather they clean it up. I woke up to my dog jumping up next to my pillow and just managed to close my eyes and mouth before she vomited on my face. A tornado alarm. Shit is so ducking scary. Especially at 3 AM, while you are in a tent, and the nearest tornado shelter is a 10-minute walk through the woods in a thunderstorm. I was babysitting my niece one time when she was about 4. I packed her off to bed and went to watch a movie on the couch, where I promptly dozed off, only to be woken a few hours later in complete darkness, having no idea where I was, and with a tiny, clammy little demon hand grabbing at my ankle. I've never been awake faster in my life, only to be greeted by a very confused child who just wanted a story and who no one had seen fit to tell me could get over the baby gate like a goddamn ninja. We don't tell her mother about the time Aunt Hazel almost kicked her darling daughter through a window. Waking up to 30+ missed calls with a brutal hangover and can't remember what you did last night but you know it wasn't good. Panic. If it's a blackout drunk night, just waking up having not lost your phone is a win in my book. If you wake up at home, with your phone and wallet still there, that's a total win. Hey you're finally awake. Got woken up by my dad early in the morning to inform me that my mother had passed away in the room across the hall from me. Worst part was that she was only sleeping there to look after a pup that was recently born from the 2 dogs we had at the time. Otherwise my dad might have woken up and been able to do something about it. The pup ended up crying late at night before or during her heart failure that I ended up passing off, as it's really not that uncommon, but it really makes me question if I could have done something or not to help her before it happened. Think about it regularly. Calling work and breaking down to my pose boss wasn't great either, but hey, shit day. One, I woke up to find my dog had diarrhea everywhere. Large puddle on the floor and also in between the side of my bed and the wall. It was completely inside the outlet. I literally had to shut off the electricity and rewire a new outlet that day. Fever, sore throat, shortness of breath. Your house burning down? Someone yelling at you. It can ruin a whole day. I worked with a kid who experienced this often. He would come to school out of sorts and anxious. Little things would set him off at school and he would lash out. He would be punished, labeled a bad kid, sent home to this anxiety-inducing household again with parents who were angry at him. Poor kid was prepared to fight fire most of the day, and of course with all of that going on, he was learning nothing and getting behind his class, which made him more anxious because he didn't want to look stupid. An alarm. Not just any alarm, the iPhone alarm. Another day. Your clothes, bedsheets, mattress stained with period blood. Or the sinking feeling that you just know as soon as you roll out of bed it'll leak everywhere. The run to the bathroom in the mornings is always my least favorite part of periods. The waddle run. Do not enjoy that in the morning. I actually laughed at waddle run. It's so horrible. Sunlight. I work the early morning shift and I'm already driving to work before the sun even comes up. A couple of times my phone has ended up under my pillow and I've missed my alarm only to wake up to the sun glaring in my eyes. That sudden feeling of ducking up always sucks. Yourself as a student in underwear, in front of the entire 2nd grade, and everyone is laughing at you. A severe lack of oxygen. A few years back I was riding my bike home from work on a Friday night and crashed while trying to avoid some guy cutting a corner. Ambulance rocked up and took me to the hospital. Lots of scratches, scrapes and bruises, and a broken collarbone. They kick me out after a few hours and just before I get out they give me a small pack of codeine tablets. I asked them at the time to give me tramadol instead as codeine makes me nauseous, but they refused and told me to go see my GP if I wanted something different. It being Friday night, my GP wasn't going to be open again till Monday morning. I went home and the pain was bad enough that I ended up going duck it and taking the codeine over the course of the weekend. The last dose of which I took about 9 PM Sunday night. Monday morning rolls around and I immediately call my GP and book an appointment so I can get some tramadol. While I'm there talking to him, he warns me, make sure you wait at least 24 hours from taking the last dose of codeine before you take any tramadol, as the two of them together could stop your breathing. Duly noted, says I. That night I stayed up quite late watching crap on YouTube etc and made myself stay awake till about 3 AM and took some tramadol just before I went to bed so that I could get a decent night's sleep. Apparently I didn't wait long enough. I don't know what time of night it was and hence how long it took. All I remember is shooting awake and feeling like I couldn't get enough breath into my lungs. I gasped and gasped and gasped and eventually managed to start feeling human again. But it's still one of the most terrifying wake-ups I've ever had. Waking up after having a dream where your crush tells you he loves you. Morning wood and really needing to pee. Artillery. A full bladder. Then I'll have to get up to use the bathroom instead of going back to sleep. I had a nightmare where I was covered in ants. I woke up and was relieved that it was just a dream. Then I realized I was actually covered in ants. 2 AM smoke detector battery chirp. And you have 7 smoke detectors on 10-foot high ceilings, so you have to get a goddamn ladder out of the garage at 2 AM in the morning. Change your batteries on a schedule to avoid that shit. Your partner, who died in their sleep next to you. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.